Hey guys, and welcome back to a very special edition of the Captain's Corner Pod. This week, of course, I am as always Ray Russell, but the captain is, he's not on the Eastern Seaboard. No, sir. He is on the Western Seaboard. Is that a thing? I don't know. The Pacific Northwest, to be exact. That's Portland. And the Portland Wrestling Expo is upcoming. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back Nick Massey. Tell us what's happening, Captain.
Well, as you said, we are on location for the site of this weekend's Portland Wrestling Expo. I'm at the beautiful Holiday Inn Portland Airport. The festivities are just about 24 hours from starting. We've got a couple events tomorrow, our kickoff to the Expo, and of course the Expo is Saturday the 22nd, so only hours away. But yeah, Ray and me were talking. We wanted to give everyone, that countdown to the Expo where we kind of go over everything, wrap it in a bow, and me and Ray bring you on the seas for one last trip.
Well, we've spent so much time building it up. It only seemed important to get that last minute scheduling out there and just kind of remind everybody it's there. And not that they need reminding, mind you, but it's always a good thing to do. And I'm looking forward to hearing everything you got going on this week, Nick.
Oh, well, I got into town yesterday, and the last few days have been quite hectic. I was just telling you off air, this is on pace to be the biggest show that we've promoted here at Captain's Corner so far. And, with that comes responsibilities such as some additional promotional interviews that we haven't been fortunate enough to have before. So we were interviewed by Fox 12 Portland a couple of days ago, and this morning we were on 105.9 The Brew out in Portland, Oregon, which is an iHeartRadio affiliate station. We want to thank Drew and Tanner for that. But, we were with our good friend, the Grappler. So we're in Portland. It was a very long travel day yesterday. We made it happen. And, now I'm starting to get that anticipation, that excitement's building. It starts on Friday, February 21st with the Grappler's Pro Wrestling Road Stories. And, Ray, we had the Grappler on our show. Yeah, I think he was our first guest, actually.
Yes,
first episode of the series. And, if anyone who tuned into that interview or has heard the Grappler on any other platforms, he's got such a great way that he's able to tell a story. His memory is top notch. I actually heard a couple of stories from him earlier off camera that I'd never heard before. And I've worked with Lenny 5 or 6 times. So I don't know. He was getting his format ready for tomorrow. So I know if he's putting that much thought and that much effort into it, he's got a couple of special guests that, if you're going to be live in attendance, you'll find out who it is. Maybe We'll get some clips up after the fact. But tickets are available at pwexpo.com. Grappler's Pro Wrestling World Stories is what's kicking us off. And I'm excited for that.
Wow, you got so many names coming back to Portland, some for the first time in a long time. Some maybe they're still lurking around the area, but not in this capacity. And now you bring it here to my knowledge and to your knowledge in the past. We've discussed this. The very first Wrestling Expo convention, basically here, just honoring the legends and the history of the Portland wrestling promotion, Don Owen and company, and just pretty much everything that went down there. Why don't you tell everybody some of the stars on tap once again?
Yeah, and that's kind of what went into that concept. The fact that the Portland area and the Pacific Northwest as a whole has never had a convention like this before. And then when, it turned out the planning process started really heating up, it was going to fall on the 100th year anniversary of the Owen family promoting wrestling in the Pacific Northwest, specifically Portland. The timing was right there. And honestly, when I started this event, I hoped I would get some of the attention and some of the buzz that we've had. I didn't expect the amount of buzz and the amount of attention that we've drawn, especially over this last month, 5 or 6 weeks. But, and it's because guys like the Grappler, like Top Gun, like Ricky Santana, Mean Mike Miller, Moondog Moretti, C.W. Bergstrom, who we actually got confirmation is bringing the last Pacific Northwest Championship. He was the last man to hold it. And because Don Owen went out of business, I guess he never asked for it back because, CW still has it. And he's bringing it with take photos with everyone on Saturday.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
Lots of Sheep Herder Luke, is coming back to the place where he got his first big push in this country with the late Butch Miller as the New Zealand sheep, or they were the Kiwi sheep herders.
Kiwis,
in Portland, yeah. And that doesn't, bring up, the Boogeyman and Eric Bischoff and DX Tori, Terry Power making her first signing, public appearance in I think 13 or 14 years. So it's a good variety of guests, but it is focused on the Pacific Northwest and a territory that's close to my heart, and it seems like a lot of people's heart, the Owens family territory.
Yeah, I've seen some of the other names involved. Of course, I think you mentioned Eric Bischoff, but then the artist formerly known as Lance Von Erich going to be there, which is pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, Ricky Vaughn, that's right. Another former Pacific Northwest champion. We have actually, I don't know, it's got to be, like I said, at least since 1991. There's between Ricky Vaughn, between Top Gun, between Ricky Santana, between the Grappler, and between C.W. Bergstrom, there's going to be 5 former Pacific Northwest champions in attendance with the original title. So that could be a cool photo op. But then there's going to be a lot of stuff happening at the meet and greet, which begins at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Yeah, if you haven't yet, head on over to pwexpo.com. We've only got 4 VIP tickets left. And the VIP tickets, if of course everyone's budget's different, but if you got it in the budget, the value is, and I can say this, the best value ticket I feel like we've ever put out there. Yeah.
Any of the VIP stuff you do is always the best deal. And obviously it's one of the more pricier ones, but you get more bang for your buck, period. I mean, that's just the way it comes to be. You guys are able to actually, you're saving a ton of money by doing it that way, and you get pretty much everything you could expect, from the guys you're promoting on the event. And
you just said it there, Ray. It is the best value. When we posted the a la carte pricing for everyone, you're spending $20 on a Grappler autograph, $20 on a Ricky Santana photograph, $20 on a Nord photograph. Now you're in $60. If you're in the VIP, you're getting photographs and autographs from 7 different guests. Then you're getting a reserved seat. So the top 2 rows for the Portland 100 panel, which is hosted by Joe V from Fox 12. And then you're also getting a reserved seat for the Grapplers one-man show the night before. You're also getting a lanyard, a commemorative print. So there's a lot of stuff included in that package. But like I said, and that's maybe not for everyone's budget, but tickets start as low as $25, and that includes an autograph of C.W. Bergstrom, the last Pacific Northwest champion.
Right on, man. Wow, it's going to be a fun weekend. I am so upset with myself that I can't be there. Unfortunately, I got a bunch of sick kiddos around here right now. I'm just happy to know that you landed safe and sound with all this crazy weather that's been going on from across the entire nation. And so it's good to know you're there. You're safe and sound. I sound like your mother. But I'm just happy for you, Nick. I can't be more excited for you in this. And you get to,
Thank you,
I'm going to live vicariously through you this weekend at the Portland Wrestling Expo. I wish I could be there. I would love to have mingled and been involved in this whole entire shebang. But it was nice interviewing some of the guys getting ready to set this whole thing up. Rocky De La Sera, in my head, all the guys popping up. I think I even saw Tama, the former Samoan Savage and whatnot's going to be part of the event now as well.
Father of Jacob Fatu, who's making quite the buzz over in WWE. But and with the way things are going, I mean, there's no guarantee on anything, but there may be a second PWE, and if there is, Ray, I'd love to see you at that. But if there's not, we're going to have as much fun as possible this Saturday, at the Holiday Inn Portland Airport. 10 o'clock bell time. The convention itself will go from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's where everyone can take photos, get their autographs, have their conversations. And then right at 3:30, that's when the 90-minute Portland 100 history panel will take place, hosted by Joe V. And the panel is a who's who from, that's still with us from the Owens family territory. Sheepherder Luke, Len Denton, Top Gun, Ricky Santana, Nord, Moondog Moretti, C.W. Bergstrom. And you're going to have a chance to ask any of those guys questions, So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be videotaped, We'll have news on professionally record. We'll have news on how to get that, for people that can't make it. We good opportunity to maybe stream that, because history is going to be made this Saturday, so we need to preserve it. But, yeah, if you're within driving distance, or maybe you can hop on a quick, cheap flight over to Portland, I highly recommend checking out the Portland Wrestling Expo.
Wow. Well, full day of fun. Take advantage of it, guys. You want them, if you want a Pro Wrestling Expo 2, perhaps down the line, why not make this a sellout? Let's help Nick out here. He put a lot of thought and time and effort into getting this thing done, months and months of preparation and even podcasts, right? So we've done a lot together to just kind of talk and get some of the guests involved and just kind of wet the taste buds or, to get everybody going here. And I hope nothing but success this weekend. I can't wait to hear all the great stories coming out of this, Nick.
Well, we're going to have a recap episode when I get back, Ray,
yes,
to let everyone
absolutely.
know, the finished product of the Expo. And I want to thank you for, playing a part in, the concept of the Captain's Corner podcast, which has been heavily, if not completely, focusing on the Portland Wrestling Expo, and it's been a great source of information. You've gotten the word out there, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback on the interviews that we've done on the show. So we're definitely, the recap show's only got to happen here on the Captain's Court podcast, which is,
I don't want to be clear, guys,
which is only on the WrestleCopia podcast.
That's right. WrestleCopia.com, guys, and anywhere your podcast streaming platforms needs are met. As we close things out, I do want to reassure everyone the Captain's Corner podcast isn't going anywhere. Nick's still going to stick around. We've got plenty more shows to promote in the future here, Nick. The GrappleCon and beyond, right? So we're gonna have a wrap up here on the Portland Wrestling Expo the next time we meet here on the podcast. But beyond, we're still going to be around, guys. So this is not the end. This is not goodbye. The Captain's Corner Pod will still be here tomorrow and the next day. And so looking forward to discussing everything that comes out of this weekend. I can't wait to hear your stories, Nick, next time here on the Captain's Corner Pod. Until then, it's time to say goodbye. Thanks again, Nick. Have a great weekend.
Cheers to the working man.